So let's continue our setup. If you go back to the browser, you see that if we want to go to the login page, we have to go to /API, then auth, then sign in, which is a lot. We will need to like have some sort of a shortcut. We just simply need to go to localhost 3000, then /sign in or login, and then we can add those buttons there. So to do that, simply you can create a page first by going just to folder pages and then a new file and then call it signin.js and then RFC right here. And as you see, now we have the page. So if I go back right now and then go to /sign in, okay, like that's an enter, we can see that we are in the sign in page right here. So what I want to do also is that for NextAuth to work with that, you gotta add it to the settings so we can actually get the functions and get the buttons and show them here. So what I can do is just simply go back to NextAuth and then right here, I'm just gonna go pages and then simply right here, I'm just gonna go for the sign in. So it's gonna be the route /sign in, and that's it. And then nothing's gonna change right here because we still need to add the buttons and all the other stuff, but we actually now can have the buttons in a custom page that works. So it's very important to add it to the settings. Then what I can do after pages, when I have something else which is called the session, okay, which is controls our authentication system, we're gonna change the strategy and we're gonna make it GWT. So I wanna use the JSON web tokens. If you don't know what JSON web token, just simply like a string of data that holds all your informations, let me how I say it. Like for example, the user has a name, has an email, an ID. So all these informations, we can crypt it into a string that is called a JSON web token using a certain secret or a password. And then if you want to decrypt it to get the informations, you can decrypt it from this JSON web token. It's actually pretty simple and you can look into them and they are pretty simple just to secure our information there, and then we can decrypt it for us. And for that, we need something that is called a secret. So we need to add the secret to it, because when you want to extract the information from that string, you need that secret. It's very important. So we can go to secrets and then let me get it from process.env, and let's call it, for example, GWT secret, like that. And I can go and create this in the .env file. So I can have it under that. Okay. And then you can just have any type of string you want right here. It's not a problem, okay? Or you can go like, for example, let me just go right here and just go and look for something like, I don't know, a strong password generator. And then you can use any password generator to have like a strong GWT. I don't like these websites. I don't know which one you need to use. Okay, let's try with all of this and then generate password, okay? Let me make this like 50. Okay, and then copy this one. Actually pretty simple. You just choose the type of characters you want and then you go back and just change it right here. Okay, I don't know if it's actually, adds to the security or something. So we need to add the GWT secrets for us to, to work with the GWT without any problems. So that's like the first setup that we need. There is something that we also need. So if we go back to .env, under that, we need to add the main URL of our application, which is going to be http://localhost 3000. Okay, so we need to add that. So it's going to be named NextAuth and then URL. It's needed for it so it knows the main route of our application, so it knows where to redirect. So this is going to be http then //localhost and then 3000. If I made any typos, you fix it for yourself. So let me go right here and actually do something. Just like comment so I know where I'm at, where I am. So database, something like that. Okay, and right here, this is gonna be NextAuth. Okay, this way so we have more organization for our code. So that's it for this. And now let's talk about the last important thing. Okay, this is very, very important, so focus with me. So let's see, for example, we clicked on a button like, for example, to log in with Google. Okay, so we're logged in now. We can see the informations of user and stuff, but all of those informations are like stored in the cookies or something. Okay, what we want to do when I log in using any provider, I want that user to be registered in the database. Okay, so when I log in, that user gets added to my own database, so I can go, for example, to my database that we already created. Let me just let it load in ShowPay, and then in users, I want to see it right here. Okay, so we still didn't work in or login on anything, but this is something very important to do, and it's pretty easy to set up. We're just gonna set up a few things, and then you're gonna find yourself, you just log in with something, and it's gonna be added in the database, and it's gonna, all the sessions and all the rest of the information's gonna be stored there, so it knows where to log out the user, you know, so it's gonna be the best way to do it actually. So let me just show you how. So you go to documentation right here, and then in the menu you can go back to adapters, and you can see, look for the type of database you are using. So you are using MongoDB, so I can click on that, and you can see the steps that we need to do. So for example, for Yarn, we need to add all of this. Okay, we already have NextAuth, so I'm just gonna copy this too. Okay, we need the NextAuth MongoDB adapter and MongoDB. And we already have MongoDB, so let me just add the NextAuth MongoDB adapter. So I'm gonna copy that, go back right here, open the console, and let me open another one. Okay, so this is gonna be Yarn add, and let me paste this right here, and let me install. And then after that, we need to create this file. So it's gonna be a folder that is called lib, and we're gonna have a file that is called mongodb.js. So let me copy everything inside this file, as you see right now. So this file is gonna do everything for us. Okay, it's gonna connect to the database and do all the necessary things. So I just can go back right here, let this install. Let me close all of this. I can simply go back right here, and then in auth I can create a new folder. I'm just gonna call it lib. And then inside this lib, I'm going to create a new file that is called mongodb.js. I'm just going to paste everything. Sorry, why didn't copy? Let me just try and copy that again. So copy. Let me go back and paste this. Okay, so now we have it here. So that's the first thing we needed to do. Create a new folder, then a new file, and paste everything there. And then we can go back to NextAuth. Let me see if this is already installed. Okay, so it's installed. So I can go back right here and then import. And then we need to import the MongoDB adapter, okay, from NextAuth MongoDB adapter. And then also we need to import the client promise, and I'm going to show you from where. So it's going to be, I don't know, let me just see how it is. If you go back to MongoDB, okay, so where is it? This one. So we need to import that. So I just got to go back right here, import create promise from, and then we're going to go /lib, then /MongoDB like that. And it's actually pretty simple. You can just go to the start right here and just add an adapter, and then simply you specify the adapter that you are using. So I'm going to go MongoDB adapter, okay, and pass the adapter that we have, which is going to be the client's promise that we imported from that file, like that. And we're done. We're actually not done there, because I noticed something. If you go back to the file that we just pasted, you can see that we are using the process.env, so we are getting the database URL from here. And as you see right here, we call this MongoDB URL, and right here it's called URI. Okay, so we need to change that. So just go and search for it, and then replace it with the URL like that. Okay, so it can get the right URL, or you're not gonna connect. So this is how we do it. And now you can simply now log in with anything, and then simply it's gonna register that user in the database and control or manage all these sessions.